Welcome back to this series where we're connecting Laravel on the backend with Vue.js or Angular on the front end. Throughout the series, we already achieved a lot. We set up our backend and we added authentication to it, and we also finished our Angular front end, allowing a user to sign up and then sign in and use that sign-in token the backend issues to authenticate with subsequent requests, hence being able to fetch quotes and create new quotes. Now, we still have to do the same thing for Vue.js, and in the last video of this series, we added the sign-up functionality. Now it's time to allow the user to also sign in, otherwise a sign-up functionality isn't of that much use, is it? And then we want to store the token the backend issues to be able to send it with future requests and get access to the protected features of our backend. Therefore, in this video, let's start with implementing the sign-in functionality. Now for this, I'm already back in my Vue.js project and I already got it running here in the browser. As mentioned, we already are able to sign up and we did so in the last video. So I already do have a user on the backend. And with that, I now want to add a new component to this project, a sign-in component. So a sign-in.vue file. Now in this file, I want to add a sign-in form, and therefore I will go to the sign-up page, the sign-up Vue component, and I will copy the code from there, though of course we will adjust this. Now, on the form, I don't need the username anymore for just signing in. I only want to have a mail and password field. I will leave it like this though. I will leave the vModel binding and so on because I still need to get this information, this data. Now, with that in place, I will go down to my script file or to my script code down there. I already import Axios. We will need this to send the sign-in request. And I will change the method name here to sign in because that is what we do. This of course means that in my template code, in my HTML code, here on the click listener, I will also target this sign in method and I will remove or rename this button to say sign in instead of sign up. Now with that in place, let's go to our backend we created and let's have a look at our routes and see which route we need to target. It's down here, this user sign in route at the bottom here. This is the route allowing us to sign a user in. Therefore, this is the route we should target with our Vue code. So here I'm right now targeting just /user. So this should be /user/sign in because again, this is the route we were targeting here. Now with this in place, I still need to send almost the same data, though there is no need for the name anymore. We don't need the name since in the backend, if we have a look at our app HTTP controllers folder and then user controller, we see that for signing in, we only validate email and password. Of course, because we don't care about the username at this point. Now with this in place, I'm sending all the data we need. Important, make sure you are sending this header here because you want to send the information that this is sent through an AJAX request. And then, well, I can catch both response and error and see what happens. So I'll save this and go back to my page, and it would be nice to be able to go to the sign-in page. So for this, we need to register a new route. And I will do this in the main.js file where all the other routes are registered. And this new route should have a path of /signin, let's say. And of course, I want to load my sign-in component, which I therefore need to import. So I'll add this import at the top, pointing to the signin.vue file. Now with this route set up, I can go to my app.vue file where I do have all my route links. And I will add a pipe symbol after the latest route and add a new router link pointing to /signin, so to this newly created route we just added, and give it a caption of sign in since, well, this is where this will lead us. Now with this in place, we can go to the sign in page. And let's open up the console to see if everything works as it should. And I will use the credentials I created in the last video of this series to sign in. And this looks pretty good. I get back an object with status text OK and code 200. And in the data field here, I get my token. So with this, we do have the token. Now we need to store it to be able to send it with future requests. And let's also have a look into this token. Now, to have such a look into the token, I already explained the logic we can use in the Angular video. You can basically either install a JavaScript package decrypting or, well, unpackaging this token for you since it's base64 encoded, or you write the code on your own. So I will do the latter approach here in the signin.vue file. Here in the then block where I handle this response, here I want to retrieve the token. So the first step is to get the token here, and I can simply get it from my response and there from the data object, and there it's in the token field. Remember, this is where we can find it here, object data token. So this will be the encrypted token. Now I want to decrypt it or kind of split it up. So let's create a helper variable base64 URL, which is this token. And then I will split it by the dots because the token contains 3 parts separated with dots in this string. So I will split it up like this, and I'm interested in the second one, therefore with the index 1. This is the part which contains the payload of the token. Now with that, the last step is to get the base64 value, or get the decoded value, you could say. So here I want to use my base64 URL I retrieved here in the second part and replace all my minuses with plus signs and replace all my underscores with slashes. Now with this is formatted in a way that it is a base64 value, so now we can finally, well, decrypt it or turn it into a normal string, I could say. So to do this, I can simply call the window atop method, that's a built-in method JavaScript offers, and here we pass a base64 value and we will get back a normal string. So let's log it to the console to see if this works as it should. So I will clean this up and sign up again. And here we get our string token decoded. So this looks all right. Of course it is JSON, so let's parse it. Oops, not here though. Let's parse what we get here to get a JavaScript object to work with. So this is the last step. With this in place, let's quickly re-authenticate. And here's our JavaScript object with the token information. Nice. So with that, we got it decoded, but that was really just an exercise, a practice here to see what's inside it and to, well, understand that you can decode it in the browser. We can't verify it here though. This can only be done on the server because this is where we keep our secret, which was used for encoding the token. But if we want to have a look inside of the token and use some information from there, this is how we would do it. Now with this in place, I want to store the token in the local storage. So whilst it is nice to have a look inside of the token, and I will still print it here, the more important part is to access the local storage, JavaScript object we can use here, and set a new item. Set the token because we want to store that token to send it with future requests. So here I will store it as the second argument to this method, which is the value of that key we're creating here in the local storage. And this will simply be my token, not the unencrypted, not the unpackaged token, but instead the raw token we get back from the server, this one here. So this now gets stored in the local storage, and with that we can access it in the future to send it to the backend whenever we need to get access to some protected data there. We will do this in the next video of this series. See you there. Bye.